Hello, thank you for tuning in to this telecast. I am Deji Olaiya, based in Dublin, Republic of Ireland. I have with me Mr. Olaitan Adedigba, who is based in America. Mr. Adedigba, you are welcome to today's meeting.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I also have Mr. Olalawal, who is based in Canada. Mr. Lawal, you are also welcome to today's meeting.
Thank you for having me, and good day to all our viewers.
So we want to say a big thank you to all our new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. And if you're one of our viewers and you have not yet subscribed, please hit that button. It means that anytime we do a new video, you're one of the first people to know about it. Today, we are going to talk briefly, very briefly, about a new coalition called the ADC. Well, they didn't form a new party. They moved in, they bought an existing party. Let me put it like that. They bought over an existing party. And from what we saw on TV, former Senate President David Mark is the interim president, is the chairman of the party, and former governor of one-time governor of Osun State, Rauf Aregbesola, who used to be a loyalist of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is the interim secretary for the new coalition. So, Laito, I'm going to start with you. But let me lay down a general consensus. So, a general theory. So, we have a country that was ruled and driven to the edge of the cliff. A country where we were spending 6 trillion, between 3 to 6 trillion naira every year, every month, I'm not very sure, for what's it called? For the petroleum subsidy.
Subsidy.
And this money was being shared by the elite. We were not the one consuming this petrol. They were sharing this money. We have a country where Forex is sold for 400 naira from the central bank to the elite to take it to the market and sell it for 800 naira. They were profiteering. There was a lot, that's the arbitrage. We have a country that was using over 90% to service debt. This is a country that Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu inherited. This man came, he retrieved our money from the subsidy thieves, and is now sharing it or not giving this money to the states governors to do their projects. He retrieved the money, he removed the two-tier system of the forex exchange so that the currency now, if you buy it in the central bank or if you buy it at the borrow, you are buying at the same price. There's no more arbitrage. This man came, he has reduced our service of debt from about 90%, about 90% to about 60%. But now some people are now gathered together and said they want to take the country back from him. They want to take us back to the old days of subsidy. They want to take us back to the old days of foreign exchange profiteering. They want to take us back to the age where we'll be using about 90, they'll be borrowing money. Like Amechi was borrowing money from China. He was signing contracts in Mandarin. He doesn't know the meaning. He was just signing contracts. And all those contracts, all those money that were lent, they now accumulated to the point that we have used about 90%.
The service debt.
And we have people like Rauf Aregbesola, who for 8 years as Minister of Interior, he could not issue passports to Nigerians. And we have this government, Olubumi Ojo, who came in within 6 months, he cleared about 200,000 passports. People were getting their passport now in 2 weeks. We have the Minister of Aviation, where what's the name of the airport? They could not land in London. They could not land in London. But within 1 year, what's the name of our new aviation minister? this wonderful lawyer, Professor Keyamo, he was able to get that done. Not only is Airpeace now landing in London, they are now going to be landing in Heathrow Airport. Apart from that, he went to go and negotiate what we call all this wet lease or dry lease, so that Nigerians don't have to buy plane, they can hire it. Then there's his predecessor who said he wanted to float Nigeria Air. He went to go and bring Ethiopia Airline, who will be running, who will be doing all our international routes. And they have 3-year moratorium not to pay tax. And they can fly from even Lagos to Ibadan. They can fly local routes. But the local airlines, they will be competing with them. They will be paying tax. But Ethiopia Airlines will not be paying tax. So we now have all these people, including Atiku Abubakar, the man who sold our aluminum smelting company that was contracted for about $4 billion. He sold it for $100 million. The man who Obasanjo said that the money he stole while he was vice president was enough to feed 400 million people for 300 years. These are the people who are gathered together, political vultures, who have gathered together to say they want to take the country back to those old days. So, Lighton, what is your opinion?
Yeah, my take is, because I saw Nigerians, right? We don't want to be patient with the government in power. I saw a lot of Nigerians, they are happy, they are jubilating. Even some guys, they were criticizing, they are malign, they are reviling me because of what I did. So, because of what I posted on the Facebook. But what I want to beg Nigerians is, though I know it's painful, the situation in Nigeria now is terribly bad, but it's just for the interim. We be suffering, and we know those people who led us into this problem. They are the people who are now coming back together now. They want to amalgamate and coalesce, and to be saying that they want to take back what you destroy, right? People like Amechi should not be talking. He should be in jail. All of them, no exception. All these people are coming together. They should be in jail. In a group crime, they should not be talking. I'm telling you, why should they? They are the one that plug us into this economy mess that we have. Man, for God's sake, this guy borrow money. Amechi and the Buhari regime, they borrow money, they sign it in Mandarin, the language he doesn't understand, and they use Port Authority, Lagos Port as a security, right? For whatever they bought, the train they bought, it was stuck. It couldn't move. It couldn't go again. Maybe 3 weeks after, to the extent they were pushing it. It happens only in Nigeria. The train they bought, and it was there as the minister. So Shola too, he was paying half salary. He was buying back, right? El Rufai, he was killing people in the southern Kaduna. Those people, it was as if the Kaduna state was meant for only Muslim during his era. Right? He did a lot of havoc there, and they are now coming together. They are saying that they want to take back what? To the era whereby we have Nigeria Naira will have been useless by now. If Tinubu has not introduced the economic measure he introduced when he came, because the people they made it so extremely easy for the poor to grow poorer, while the rich continue growing richer, right? And the rich, they are calculated few, right? So our Nigeria, we should think, though I know it's terribly bad, the situation we are, but as a matter of time, as time progresses, we will get over this. I know that, I'm cock sure of that. So when we get over, then we will sing hallelujah afterwards. So we cannot just continue like this. The governments now, the state government, they don't owe salary. Or like before, where they are, like I know Oshun, where I came from. I know a lot of only Lagos and Rivers State were viable to states in Nigeria. A lot of states they cannot pay salary, they can't even where I left, the office I left, they said they cannot buy stencil in the office. So that go a long way to tell you that there is really debt of funds in the ministry. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay. Shupo, before we go into the meat of the something, when you look at somebody like Atiku Abubakar, this man doesn't even live in Nigeria. He does not live in Nigeria. All the money he stole, everything is in Dubai, where he has so much investment. He only comes back to Nigeria when it's time to contest for presidency. He doesn't live here, doesn't live in Nigeria. So, and when you look at all the people who is putting together, the former governor of Kaduna State, El Rufai, who killed so many people in southern Kaduna, during his 8 year reign, it was terror, the people of southern Kaduna. And you are talking about people like Rotimi Amechi, the man who was signing contracts in Mandarin. He's not reading, he's just signing because they've given him money, just sign. You're talking about people like Adegbeshola, who didn't pay. I have a friend in Nigeria, I'm not going to mention his name, who was a teacher. They didn't receive salary for 3 years, and they keep going to work. How can you not pay salaries? And you are looking at the former Attorney General of the Federation, Malami,
Malami,
is the worst Attorney General we've ever had in Nigeria.
the most
The worst
corrupt.
Attorney General. Who was? Wike was talking on the TV. He said that Amechi was given a 4 million naira contract, 4 billion to his wife per month for about 12 months. And then when Wike sent that into Anthony, to EFCC, the Attorney General Malami blocked it. He didn't allow Amechi to be prosecuted. So, Shupo, I know you are obedient. You're a proud obedient. This is the kind of people that Peter Obi should associate with because he wants to be president.
Thank you very much. And I think, and I've said this on many occasions, that um, the caliber of people that you want to have, run with you, you want to have support you, you want to have help you achieve it tells a lot about who you are. As an obedient, actually, my belief strongly is that Peter Obi does not need any of these disgruntled people, because this is what that association is. It's as an association of disgruntled people. Even the principal himself is the former Waziri of Adamawa now. So these are people who were in some elected office within the last couple of years, who have absolutely nothing in terms of legislative achievements and accomplishments to show for their tenure in office, and are only out galvanizing a coalition now because in some shape or fashion, whatever avenues they've created to enrich themselves is now gone, is pretty much what I can call it. To answer your question specifically, I think actually Peter Obi has all the aces. He has a good vision. He has the obedience movement behind him. And all Peter Obi, and I've been saying this, all Peter Obi needs to do is to demonstrate that he can be president. And how can he do that? One, he has to solve the crisis within Labour Party. He has to be able to bring together within Labour Party a multi-ethnic coalition, because he's going to need that coalition to implement his vision if he gets elected as president. And then thirdly, he has to invest in the grassroots, meaning he has to recruit credible candidates. He has to provide them the training and build a party structure that will, put Labour Party candidates into elected offices across board, at the local government level, at the state house of assemblies, at the National Assembly, and at the Senate. That is what looking presidential means. Looking presidential and convincing Nigerians that you can lead is not fraternizing with disgruntled, unproductive, destructive elements like Atiku, like Nasir El-Rufai, of all people. And if Peter Obi continues to fraternize with these elements, at the end of the day, he will have nobody but himself to blame.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, Lighton, now
Yeah.
let's go into politics now. Let's dive into politics. So, Atiku has an Igbo problem. In the last election, he won votes in the north, he won votes in the Middle East, he won votes in the Southwest. Nada in the Southeast. He has a Southeast problem. Obi has a northern problem. Obi had votes South, Southeast, Southwest, North Central, nothing in Northwest, nothing in Northeast. So their permutation, the essence of their coalition is that Obi, you bring your 6.1 million votes. Atiku, I'll bring my 6.9 million votes. When we combine those votes together, we're looking at about 12 million votes or 30 million votes compared to Tinubu's 9 million votes.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, that's the mathematics behind their calculation. Now let's look at the two scenarios. So let's assume, as is being bandied about, that this is Atiku's coalition. Atiku is putting people around him for his own presidency. So Atiku becomes president, the presidential candidate, and by one way or the other, maybe they do juju or they do whatever, they were able to convince Obi to become vice presidential candidate. I don't know how they're going to do it. Let's say they do juju to him or whatever, or they go and look and they go and consult their marabouts, all their afar, and Obi agreed. So Atiku is the presidential candidate. Obi is the vice presidential candidate. Do you think that juju will catch obedience? Will they take their vote and go and vote for Atiku Abubakar and truncate a southern rule for 4 years?
The point was those people, the obedient movement, they are mainly youths and Nigerians who are disenchanted with the APC then. Series of programs that the APC were doing, and now people how life was so difficult for the people. So, but this time around, Obi might not even get up to the enough votes he gathered then. Likewise, Atiku. The point now is there is nothing they can do. All what I want, these people, Obi and Atiku, if they come together, then the APCs will still, beat them. But the caveat is, I want APC to go on serious propaganda. Side your programs to the people, what you'll be doing, what you are doing at the moment, what you intend to do. In the long interest, they will discover that many people, there are some people who are no here, no there. There are some people who are saying, no, the life is so difficult now. We don't want APC again. We don't do this, we don't do that. But if they don't want APC, is the ADC the alternative? These are the questions. Is the ADC the alternative? Because these are the people who destroy the country that the Tinubu is trying to mend. Right? So what I want the APC to do now, in all local governments, they have information officers. Print out the programs. In the state, they have information officers. Let them print out the programs of the government, the federal government. Let them distribute it. Be going the Jehovah's Witness approach. Go to the market area. Go to the artisans. Go and meet all these people.
Okay.
Be selling these people to them. The reason why they remove subsidy. The reason why they floated the naira. The reason why they did all their programs. So it is meant for the people now to decide that it is in their best interest, in the interest of the common people, not for the just to make sure that the richer don't grow much richer.
Okay. Let's just
Thank
stick
you.
to. We don't want to advise APC or what to do. It's not our job here.
So what I'm saying invariably is APC should get their home right. Right, they should do their own work. Why PDP and the ADC, so to say, the might do the PDP. The Atiku and Obi, they can. The PDP is outside though. We still have PDP. You know, some whereby the Abubakar Sharaki is still. Abubakar Sharaki is one of the leading figure. So they want Bukola Saraki, so to say, they want to make sure that they want to do their homework, make sure that they do the win election. And if the PDP that has like 8 million, then if they are divided into two, how are they going to do it now? Where are they going to get the votes? And OB2, the obedient movement, they are segmented already. So a lot of people will not follow them like before. The Lagos that they won, our eyes are open now. So they should just forget about it.
Let me pause. So the long and short, from what I've read online on social media, is that if Obi, for any reason, by any act of stupidity or whatever, if he accepts to be vice president, the obedient movement will move away from him. They will not go with him into alliance, except he is the head of that alliance. So, Shukwa, let me come to you. So let us assume that you are an obedient, and I want to be very honest, okay? Because we have to look at things the way they are. We don't have to bias. So let's assume that Atiku Abubakar, after spending all this money to bring all the coalition together, after spending his energy, bring everything together, did everything, make sure everything, he now says, okay, oh, Bill, you come and become the presidential candidate. So Bill is now the presidential candidate of ADC. Do you think that Obi will win the election? Mind you, the northern Muslims in Northwest and Northeast, they cannot vote for a Christian candidate. That's number one. Number two, the Southwest is locked for Tinubu. The 40% that the Obi got in 2023, it's not going to get that vote in Lagos again. It's not going to get that vote again in Lagos. So you should forget Southwest. We are not going. No, Southwest will not leave Tinubu to go and vote for Obi. So Northwest is locked. Northeast is locked. Southwest is locked. Now, South, where you got a lot of votes the last time, they have almost all the governors are now in APC. So possibly he might get a bit of a, but when you look at it's clear, does he have a clear path, even if he becomes the presidential candidate of ADC?
So the part in ADC, I believe, for Peter Obi is very difficult. Quite honestly, I, as an obedient, believe Obi should simply remain in Labour Party, build the Labour Party structure, and stop fraternizing with disgruntled people. And I'll tell you why. You know, ADC is not the machination for a better Nigeria. It is a structure that has been created specifically to further the presidential ambitions of one man. It makes a big difference. If for any reason, and I don't believe that Atiku is going to have, as you said, spend all of that money, do all of that work, and simply give it to Obi on the platter of good. It is not in Atiku's DNA. The man is too selfish and too self-centered to do that. But let's assume that he does that and then gives Obi the ticket. That ticket will come with conditions. Some of the conditions would be that he would take either somebody like Aminu Tambuwal or somebody like Nasir El-Rufai as his running mate. And if you look at Obi's ideology and Obi's vision, those are two potential vice presidential picks that are at the polar end of what Obi's vision is and what the obedient movement strongly believe in. So that is going to be a problem for him. Even with that, look, let's not forget that Nasir El-Rufai was unable, as the incumbent governor in Kaduna State, was unable to deliver in all of the elections for the APC. He failed. So he's not now going to, deliver the Northwest, for Obi either. On the same notion, Obi probably, if you are looking at candidates like his previous vice president, Baba Ahmed Tinubu, would be, that type of a profile is what fits the obedient vision, why they are supporting Peter Obi. Unfortunately, a person with that profile does not resonate in the North. So this is going to be a big problem for Peter Obi. I honestly think the best path forward for Obi is to clear the South. So, meaning clear the Southwest, clear the Southeast, clear the South-South. Do very well in the North Central, and then pick bits and pieces in the Northeast and the Northwest.
But apparently, it's not going to clear the Southwest, so don't even go there. It's not going to clear the Southwest.
Well, I mean, and this is why I'm saying, Obi is a good candidate. Let us not forget that it took Tinubu 16 years to get to where he got to plan, to strategize. And what was he doing? He was putting people at the left. Because, people just seem to think that Tinubu woke up one day and became president. No, the man put a strong structure in place from the grassroots, from the local government to state house of assemblies, ultimately before becoming president. Obi also has to do that work. And that's what I'm saying. He should contest on the Labour Party platform in 2027. I don't know if he's going to get it. It depends on, the dynamics of how things work out. But his path will become better and better as he also begins to recruit more candidates, begins to put people into those at various levels of government, at all levels. And eventually,
we are not here to talk about Obi or what he has. We are not here to talk about.
I understand. I'm just saying what the chances are. So I'm answering your question. I'm saying if he goes on the platform of the ADC, he is going to get his vice presidential candidates chosen for him. And those are two other candidates that I don't believe will give him that many votes in the North and will totally turn off the South. So it is not a win-win for him in ADC.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Shupo. So, Lighton, this is going to be your last question because of time. Now, to me, it's a no-brainer. Look at it this way. In 2023, there was APC, there was PDP, there was Labour Party. The Labour Party was part of PDP that broke away. There was NNPP. That NNPP was part of PDP that broke away. So you have PDP broken into three against APC that is one. That's what gave Tinubu the leverage. That's why Tinubu won. That's why somebody could win with about 8 million votes. Now, going forward 2 years after, you still have the Labour Party in one place. You still have NNPP in one place. The PDP of 2023 has now broken into two again. The coalition and the PDP. So the PDP is now four. PDP, coalition ADC, NNPP, Obi's Labour Party. Now, on the side of the APC, the president since then has got Delta State.
Yes.
The governorship of Delta State, they are now in APC. Cross River State, they are now in APC. So many senators, so many APC, House of Reps, all the people who control the votes, they've now moved over to APC. Does it not make? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? This is a no-brainer. Are they not saying that they're holding the worst end of the stick? There's no path for them.
You share my mind. I'm telling you, that is what I've been telling people. With the situation of things in the country, APC still stand a better chance. Considering the fact that the PDP, they have broken into so many factions. Labour Party, a lot of majority who follow them, then they might not follow them this time around, right? So, all what APC needs just to do is to make sure that they campaign vigorously. I know we have the grandmaster at the top, so we do that, and they will now go to the drawing table. These people will just be shouting on the pages of newspaper. At the end of the day, they will say they rig. But these are the scientific approach that Tinubu and his lieutenant cohort they have been using to win the election in Nigeria. They use both native intelligence and everything. They put everything into it that they make sure that they win. But the opposition, they be shouting, they want. Without, you don't put your house into, you don't do all the necessary logistics. So what I'm saying invariably is they are winning a lot of states now. APC winning a lot of states. Even Anambra, he said that they adopted him as their candidate. Cross River, the same thing. Delta, the same thing. All these places, everybody, all the heavyweight politicians, in all these things, they want to go for APC. They want to vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But you people, you are coming together, and Nigerians are not idiots. They are not fools. You are the one that destroyed the country, and you want to come back and do what? Right? And these people have been there for 40 years, for 30 years. They've been state of assembly, they've been governor, they've been senator, they've been a lot of people. Let the youth, let them come up. We want people, we want youth with vibrant ideas, right? To contest for political appointments in Nigeria, right? This is how it is being done all over the world. Let's co-opt all these youth. Where are the geriatric people going to leave the stage for the younger ones, right? Those people with vibrant ideas. So this thing, I don't know. I don't see reason why they should be saying that they want ADC. They are the looters, right? So thank you.
Thank you. Now, Shukwo, the last question. I think that Obi is sleepwalking into a trap. Obi, inside his mind, is thinking, I will get this presidential slot in ADC. I'm going to serve for only 4 years to complete the term of the South. So that Tinubu will use 4 years, I will use 4 years, then the presidency will go back to the North. Atiku has been going around and said, in my presidency, I will do this, I will do that. So what they are trying to do for Obi is to pull him into that web. So once he's inside that web of deceit, now the Labour Party, they're already telling him, since you are now in the coalition, resign from Labour Party. Once they push him out of Labour Party, and then he goes into ADC, When they get to ADC, what they will tell him is, listen, this is a party. It's a democratic party. If you want to be president, come and contest in the
Exactly.
primaries. And then they will ask him to come and contest against Atiku in the
Atiku.
primaries. We know who is going to win that contest. Obi will know they give shishi. And somebody who can give whatever to get what he wants. We know who's going to win.
Can pay dollar.
So Obi will end up with nothing. He may not be able to go back to Labour, and he will not be able to. So he might be forced to take a VP candidacy. So do you think this is the right path for Obi? Do you think he should accept to be a VP to anybody?
Before I answer that question, I want to take a step back to remind Nigerians what happened in 2023. Why is the PDP as a political party in the state that it currently is in? What happened to
Sorry, can you speak a bit louder, Shubo?
Louder.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
we can hear you now.
Okay. So if we take a step back to the 2023 elections, why is the PCP decimated today as a party that is supposed to be the official opposition?
Yeah.
It was because of the actions of Atiku Abubakar.
Yes.
Because he insisted on becoming the presidential candidate of that political party. And where is it today? That party is totally decimated. If the same happens in ADC, which I am extremely sure is what is going to happen, the same fate that met the PDP is going to happen to the ADC. The only thing that will happen for that is that if Peter Obi actually leaves the Labour Party and joins the ADC, under this, whatever they call this coalition, ADC is not going to be the only victim in this. Labour Party is going to go down with it.
Thank you very much, Shubo. That's a very good place to leave it. So I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Olatunde Digba all the way from America. Thank you so much, Mr. Digba, for coming to today's meeting.
Thank you for having me. Our viewers back at home, glad knowing you are there.
Thank you so much. And Mr. Olalawal from Calgary in Canada, thank you so much for your participation in today's meeting.
Thank you very much for having me.
So if you're one of our viewers, again, if you have not yet subscribed, please click that button now. It's free of charge so that when we do the next video, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. So this is Diaspora Panel. We are the voice of Diaspora. We'll see you again next week, Sunday. God bless you and goodbye.